Welcome to my Battles in History series. This is episode 2, and as today is the 19th of April, we are going to have a look at the battles of Lexington and Concord, which were part of the American Revolutionary War, in which, of course, America won its independence from Britain, eventually. These two battles were the first kind of full-on military engagement of the American Revolutionary War. So they were the first actual real battle. Or battles, rather. For our purposes, it will be one battle, because it'll be too much if I do both battles separately. So today's battle, which occurred on April the 19th, 1775, 247 years ago now, it was fought between a kind of scratch force of British troops, not full battalions, there were the flank companies from several different regiments, the 4th, 5th, 10th, 18th, 23rd, 38th, 43rd, 47th, 52nd, 59th, and a battalion of Royal Marines, flank companies. So, as you can see, it's like a hodgepodge troop. It's not full battalions. But for the purposes of the game, we'll go through the units just before the battle starts. And I'll show you exactly how I've had to do this, because obviously this would make it awkward in terms of troop dispositions and things like that for the game. The game we're using, by the way, is Empire Total War 2 mod, the Empire Total War 2 mod, basically. So Empire Total War, but with the mod Empire Total War 2. So the force then was also reinforced by 7 companies, not the flank companies, from the 4th Regiment of Foot, the 23rd Regiment of Foot, which is the Royal Welsh Fusiliers, the 47th Regiment of Foot, and some forces of Royal Marines infantry as well. So that's the British side of things. So like a hodgepodge of flank companies, but they're all sort of the elite part of those battalions. So very experienced troops, but not there in force, if you know what I mean. There was about 1,500 British troops total. They also had a 6-pounder gun battery from the 4th Battalion Royal Artillery. Now, looking at the forces of the Americans, the rebels, shall we call them for now? But let's call them the Americans. So they're like the Massachusetts Bay troops, Massachusetts Bay Militia, basically. They had a bunch of different commanders. They were kind of disjointed, not really very organised exactly. So there was about 4,000 militia troops, so 4,000 largely inexperienced militia men, along with some Minutemen as well. So we've got to have about 1,500 British troops, around 4,000 American. Historically, this resulted in an American victory, but let's see how this one works out. Alright, so here we are then, in Empire Total War. I've gone ahead and set this battle up already. As you can see, this is the British forces. They come in at just over 1,500 men, but it's as close as I could get it, really. So as you can see, these British troops are pretty much elite troops, since they contain the cream of the crop from a number of battalions in the Americas. We've got a general on horseback, obviously. We've got some 6-pounder guns. Now, they only had 2 guns historically in this battle, but this is just the way I've had to make it, and I think it's fine to have the battery of guns. I've given them a light infantry battalion to represent kind of the light companies from the various regiments. We've given them the 43rd Regiment of Foot, who were present at this battle and were reinforced with their line infantry. Their line companies, rather, and the flank companies. Then, to represent some of the other battalions present, I've given them the 17th Regiment of Foot. I mean, they weren't actually present, but I feel like they are a kind of middle-of-the-road sort of regiment for these times. 2 Grenadier units, a unit of Marines to represent the battalion of Marines that was present, including their flank companies to start with, and then 1 other just kind of standard regiment of foot, which I haven't given quite as much experience to, just to kind of show that they were just the regular line companies. Now on to the Americans. It was a little tougher to put this together because of the makeup of the army. So we've got a general, 3 sets of Minutemen, and then these guys here are voluntary local militia, and in brackets it's got New Andalusia. I'm not sure why exactly, but these are part of the American recruitment tree. There's millions of units in this that you can choose from, but in this battle, the majority of units involved were just, in fact, all the units were just militia. So we've given them a bunch of these voluntary local militia, and I haven't upped their experience at all, but the Minutemen I've given a little bit to show they're maybe more experienced troops, but like only a little bit really, because at the end of the day, these guys were not trained military soldiers on the whole. I mean, there were obviously some amongst them who were military trained. And then we also have these two units here, which are slightly higher quality than the voluntary local militia. These guys are volunteer revolutionary infantry. So again, these are just to kind of represent that there were some people on the field of battle here who kind of knew what they were doing. They've taken part in previous wars or been part of the British Army perhaps at some point. I feel this is a fair representation. And this number runs in, it's just over 4,000 men. So, I mean, the numbers are close. So, historically, the numbers on here are correct-ish. The units, not correct, obviously, but as close as I could get them, realistically. And, obviously, the results of this battle will not be anything like historically accurate. This is just for fun, pretty much. It's just like an entertainment run-through and to bring a little bit of knowledge onto this battle, which has been largely forgotten to history. I mean, like, I don't know lots about the American Revolutionary War, but I'd be hard-pressed to tell you anything about this battle before I looked it up for this run-through, and this is really what kicked off the Revolutionary War proper. Kind of, anyway. So, without any more blabbering from me, let's get started with this here, and we're going to go. Okay then, so there's going to be nothing fancy in terms of tactics here. We're going to hold a defensive line against the Americans, basically. That's how this is going to roll. Except, I'm in a bit of trouble with my mouse. Okay. Oh, I see why this is. It's because I'm playing this in windowed mode. I had some trouble getting this to record. A lot of trouble actually. So I had to make this in Windows mode, which means it's slightly off. You can see the line across the top here, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm sure I'll manage. I've got to use the keys to swivel around. Okay, so I've got the light infantry on the right flank. That sort of just standard regiment of foot there. Then we have the battery of guns. We've got the Grenadiers and Marines. The 17th and 43rd Regiments of Foot. Going to make up the left flank. Alright. So that's the deployment. Like I say, it's going to be nothing fancy. We are literally just holding this line against overwhelming odds of American troops. Let's see how this goes. Guns already opening up, but bouncing all over the place. We're going to switch this to shrapnel shot. It's slightly off the bottom of the screen here, which is annoying. But, I mean, I think you can still make it out. It's fine. It'll work for our purposes here. I think I might just reposition these guys slightly. It's been a while since I've played Empire Total War. In fact, I hadn't played it much at all. Until this mod came out, this Empire 2 Total War, which I'm enjoying again. It's the light infantry. Pretty cool. Line regiment. Nice. I like the effects from the smoke here. It looks cool. I don't like that the cannonballs are striking into the ground here. I mean, can they not be bothered to pull the elevation, to turn the elevation screws? I always felt the artillery was a little overpowered in the original versions of Total War games, so hopefully this will work out for the best. Wreathed in smoke there, looking pretty awesome. Let's have a look at the Grenadiers. They all look the same. I mean, British infantry in these days was surely the best in the world. Iron discipline, well-trained, motivated troops. But we are facing thousands of Americans here, so if this is a defeat, then so be it. Minutemen in the front here. General. I'm hoping the Americans will come in close, form a firing line, and we'll see some exchanges of fire going on. Gunfire, not very effective. It's a bit baffling that they're striking into this ground. But to be honest, I didn't really expect the artillery to make much in the way of difference. So there's this volunteer infantry here. Let's have a look at them. Yeah, they look cool. A bit ragtag, and I like that. So this Battles in History series I'm doing, I'm going to do lots of different kind of battles. I've got lots and lots of Steam games, so I'll be using many different the Volunteer Revolutionary Infantry. Look a bit more organised. Bayonets, for example. Militiamen just got muskets with no bayonets, I think. Yeah, so they're doubling in. They're almost... we're going to have to keep an eye here. We're going to open up. Not that effective. 7 men down. I like that, because this is long range still for a musket. We took 4 casualties from their volley there. It's a Minutemen. Let's switch this to canister and give them a blast and see if we can do something with this. There's 3 enemy battalions coming on our right flank, plus these 2 in the distance. We're going to have to watch it here. Perhaps we're going to move the general to watch the flank a little. Both flanks are getting really overpowered. If this comes to a hand-to-hand fight, it's going to be very difficult, I think. Because just simply due to the numbers that they've got. They're closing in nice and close here. This is probably fairly realistic for how close the lines will be when they're firing. Absolutely crazy. The courage it must take to stand there is unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to turn these guys. I know it's going to open their flank up, but this unit, the 17th on the flank, really need help. The Marines holding their own here. The Minutemen in the centre have suffered quite a lot of casualties. See on the right. Oof. Really don't want our men chasing after them at all. Like the smoke wreathing the battlefield here. It's really quite cool. Like I'm saying, they've done a lot of work on this mod, and I feel very, very good. So this volunteer infantry is really getting hammered. From where we turned the 43rd into it. They're off. So like I was saying as well, this is not going to be historically accurate in any way. Casualties will be crazy compared to real. But I mean, it's a total war. Okay, so we're going to move the light infantry again. We're going to refuse the flank here. They're still fighting. The 17th, they lost a lot of men here. 43rd still holding strong, but they have been charged. Marines don't have anyone left to shoot at. We're going to advance them forward. In fact, we're going to charge them in. Where are you going? I'm not sure what it is that they're doing here. Just running in circles. Oh my god. There's obviously a problem with the pathfinding. Oh, the 17th is broken on our flank. Now, if these Marines had just charged in here like I told them to, I feel like we would have been in a better place. These guys are going to be off the field. How are the other flanks holding up? We're holding them. The 43rd still fighting on. I need them to charge in here. Come on. Bring the fight, Marines. They're not having it. Men dead all over the place here. We're going to switch the general over to this side, see if he can help them out. Oof. 43rd is still fighting, but they are really, really suffering here. I'm going to charge the general in here. This is going to be a little bit risky, but maybe that's the only thing we can do to ease up the pressure on the 43rd. Pull them back into 2 ranks. Refuse that flank. Look at the dead. They're in the field. The Americans are on the run. The light infantry struggling on the flank. They're away, they're gone. Again, we're going to move these guys. Refuse the flank. General's going to charge into these guys, these Minutemen. Obviously, it's risky to use your general like this, but you need to relieve some pressure. If we can get his general to rout, that would be nice. And the 43rd still fighting hard here. Our light infantry's actually reformed. Okay, I think we're doing pretty well here. Get some Marines into the hand fighting. Quite tough guys, those Minutemen. But we've sent them packing. Shattered, they're finished. .43rd still fighting here. 70 men left. Bodies everywhere. We've got the new battalion, the fresher battalion of Grenadiers coming in. Looks like our light infantry, yeah, they've ran. Okay, that's okay. Oh dear. We'll get these grenadiers in here. We'll actually charge them. That's it, this flank is done. Victory is ours, I would say. Half decent battle animations, yeah, pretty cool. Grim bayonet fight. And that's these guys done and done. Still in the fight. 200 of them. They have had enough. I think this must be it. So pretty damn horrendous casualties. I enjoyed that actually. It was pretty cool. It's the first time I've played a battle like this that I've just set up. So lots of casualties. Let's see what we've got. Heroic victory. So yeah, so 1556 deployed for us. 795 casualties. Which of course historically is like miles more than that, but we knew that was going to be because this is a total war game. 3,051 losses for the American units. The general 158 kills, 6-pounder guns, 196. I didn't think they had been that effective, but apparently so. The 43rd did an awesome job, 550 casualties. That light infantry only 146 kills. Sorry, the 43rd 153 casualties, 550 kills. So as you can see, pretty impressive numbers. 404 for the Marines, 525 for the other Grenadiers there. Pretty awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the battle. I know it wasn't a historical representation of the battle exactly, but it was a good fun, and it brings a little bit of attention to a kind of half-forgotten little battle of this war. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of it. If you've got any ideas for upcoming battles on certain dates, drop it in the comments, and if I can work out how to do it, I'll have a go. But whatever you're doing, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I say, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget that. This is only a small channel, and I would love for it to grow a little bit more. We're approaching 100 subscribers, which is awesome. But I'll catch you later. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.